We sat here for 10 minutes trying to think of an introduction for this video. Couldn't think of one, so here's a clip of a fat Dwayne Johnson dancing.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never.
That's no moon.
Right, hello everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing Central Intelligence, so here's the randomizer.
Randomizer name thing. Kieran, you're doing this one.
Right, plot of Central Intelligence. It involves our two main characters played by Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson. Can't remember their names actually. I think there's Ben Stone, played by
The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson, who was bullied in
Robbie
school.
Weirdick.
Robbie Weirdick, that's his name.
That's just
It was bullied because he,
Yeah, well, because he's fat.
he
and
liked to
because,
dance naked in the shower.
So he got bullied in school, and he's now a CIA agent. Kevin Hart's
'Cause he-
character.
Yeah, he worked out for
was-
20 years straight, according to The Rock.
Yeah. Kevin Hart's character was the cool kid in school.
Calvin,
the most
the Golden
popular kid,
Jet Joiner.
The Golden
that
Jet.
was it.
Golden Jet Joiner, that's it, yeah. Calvin Joyner, that was it,
Yeah, he realises that he's going nowhere in his life. He works in an office. And yeah, he's pretty much a loser. And Dwayne Johnson comes back into his life for the school reunion and takes Kevin Hart along on this ride as a CIA agent, ropes him into it all, and we pretty much have our film there. So yeah.
And a lot of action happens after that.
Yeah, we know that Kevin Hart teaming up with, other famous celebrities can be pretty lackluster, to say the least, like Ride Along 2, which came out earlier this year.
Oh god, yeah.
But this
I must say this one was a lot better.
This wasn't as bad. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest, because
Yeah.
as I thought about it more,
Well,
I disliked it a lot
yeah,
less.
I mean, it's not a perfect film by any means, but I found a lot of fun with this film. I did enjoy quite a lot about it.
Yeah, I found it was the first film for me that I enjoyed Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Overly enjoyed
He
it.
wasn't,
Like,
because he usually plays he's very loud, screechy, shouty,
Yeah.
small.
just
Yeah.
small, and
There's still a bit of that Kevin Hartism
Yeah.
in the film. He does still have his high-pitched voice and his screams, but he's the straight man, and you've got Dwayne Johnson, who's usually the big action star. He's the stupid, dumb guy who...
overly dumb for a CIA agent.
Yeah,
I thought.
he's the guy who, he's the comic relief of the film. So
Weirdly.
I think he does a good job of it though.
He does. I mean, he did
He's not
come across...
he's not annoying.
He
like
did come
Kevin
across
Hart.
annoying
I found him
after a
annoying,
while.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was funny. He definitely had some of the best scenes in the film, but at parts, yeah, he came across as annoying.
Very,
But
found it very
yeah, I
annoying.
mean, this is probably for me Kevin Hart's best role.
He doesn't have a lot to.
It was his
Yes.
least. I'd say it's his least annoying.
Yeah,
Like it was the
Yeah.
one I could sit there and watch and not
Yeah.
be annoyed at the constant
Oh.
screaming.
There's bloody a lot of physical comedy, between, because The Rock's huge and Kevin Hart is tiny.
Yeah.
So there's a lot
takes
of
Little Heart.
it's
and
like-
Big Johnson.
Big Johnson.
yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of I don't know. It doesn't necessarily come from Kevin Hart, but there's a lot of kind of still making jokes about being small and him being massive.
Short shaming.
Yes.
Right.
Coming from the source, though.
Yeah, I mean-
but Kevin Hart isn't like the typical character.
Yeah.
While this film was very enjoyable, towards the end it sort of falls apart a little bit. I mean, Aaron Paul's in this film, who you'll know from Breaking Bad. He does say the word bitch.
Yes,
Best
we
part of the
actually
film.
Worst
we
part
actually
of the
high
movie.
fived when that happened
We
because
did. It was great.
Worst part of the movie.
it was
But
brilliant.
anyway, so yeah, you've got Aaron Paul
Breaking
in this
Bad is for
film,
scrubs.
and when he was introduced into the film, that's when the film started to fall apart a little bit, because he was fine in the film. It was just his character sort of came out of nowhere, and then the plot revolving around him. There was the
don't want to
code
spoil
name
it.
Black Badger in the film was said a fair few times, and it bounces back between characters. Who's
Yeah.
the Black Badger? And
What
they never
was
really
what
back up the
was
Black
what was
Badger
a
story.
simple film and with a simple plot line and enjoyable one sort of ended up becoming very confusing and
Yeah, I mean, a film with a complex plot is fine. Even some comedies have a complex plot, but with this one, it wasn't needed. They just made it longer than it needed to be.
Yeah.
It became too convoluted after a while.
Yeah. And the ending, the events around the ending for me, just kind of derailed the whole thing. It
Yeah.
made me dislike
I
it a lot.
mean, the action scenes are really cool. Some really cool fight scenes. Choreography was surprisingly good. Performances were fine. It was just that last sort of half an hour maybe that just made it drag on a bit too long, and they could have cut it a lot shorter.
yeah.
Because that plot really wasn't needed in the film.
You had a few surprising celebrity cameos in there as well,
Yeah.
which we won't spoil, but
But yeah, I mean, overall, not a bad film at all. Not
Yeah.
a great film.
We don't really have anything else to say, do we?
Well, I mean,
It'd be nice to do a shorter review, because we're only
Yeah,
like 6 minutes.
I mean, Yeah.
If
Anything
you're
else?
bored on a night and there's nothing else to watch, and you fancy, it wasn't a lot of laugh out loud moments, but if you fancy a decent time,
Sort of laid back. I mean, doesn't take
It was
much
more.
concentration.
It was more light-hearted than
you don't have to
laugh
think
out
about
loud
it.
funny.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
fine movie. Fat Dwayne Johnson is horrifying, and he'll stick in your memory.
It
for the
looks
rest of your
so
life.
CGI.
Yeah,
It's
it does.
ridiculous.
It's like Snapchat when you face swap with someone.
Interesting,
That's the sort of quality.
I watched a video on how they created the Fat Dwayne Johnson in this film. It's very interesting how they did it. We'll leave a link in the description for you guys. Worth checking that out, actually. So yeah.
I think that's it, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. So Essential Intelligence. Final verdict.
Decent.
I'd say decent. I'd say
Fine.
better than I
It's
thought it
fine.
would be.
Not great. Not bad. Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Adios.
It's a space station.